Okay, so boom, we're gonna be doing something different today. I'm actually gonna talk about, well, I'm gonna talk about what happened, why, you know, why my I can't even talk. Why my tank top kind of blend in with my skin right now, and it looked like and my skin kind of looked like a camouflage mud a little bit. Um, so dang, so how should I start this? Um. I'll start like this. So before I even get into the story, I'm gonna just say, I'm just give my headspace. I'm I'm all right. I'm all right. Let me say that. Let me start out by saying that first. I'm 110%. I'm okay. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously my skin look a little bit different. Uh, and I'm wearing this mask right now, but I'm gonna get into why I'm wearing the mask. But overall, I'm all right. I feel um as good as before my accident. Like I really don't feel any different. You know what I mean? Which is funny. And I think that's ironic too. And I'm gonna get into why I think that's ironic too. So, uh, but the week before this accident happened a month ago. It happened in March 16th. Right now it's April 16th. So it happened exactly a month ago. Um, and the week before it even happened, let me get into that. Um, the week before it happened, fuck that. We gonna get right into it. You gotta get right into it. So basically, oh, I'm so bad at telling stories. No, we gotta start the week before. We gonna start the week before. So the week before, um, man, it just the week before, I ain't gonna lie to you. This year in general, my sleep schedule been messed up. It's been crazy. Um, uh, and it's been crazy mostly just because I've been working so much. Not even at my job. I've been working regular job hours, but I've been working in general in terms of trying to learn how to, uh, make my own beats completely, no samples, no nothing, to even, you know, like focusing on the marketing part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just been, going back and forth, and at the same time because you're not saying this too much. At the same time, I'm also looking for a car. I'm also looking for a place. I'm also looking to pay down some of the debts that I have in order for me to do that. So, keep that part of the story short, I'm kind of stressing out, like super stressing out right now. You know what I mean? But not in a bad way, in a good way. It really felt like a week before this happened, it really felt like in my mind, I was preparing for something to happen. Like going out of last year, I don't make New Year's resolutions. You feel me? So, um, I kind of just like, I feel like count my years by the years I'm alive. So I count it by my birthday, not by it going from 2025 to 2026. But when it did this year, I kind of told myself I'm gonna stick to certain things and I'm not gonna do certain things. I cut out drinking. I haven't been out in like 4 or 5 months. Um and I've been steady on the grind. So I remember just going into work thinking to myself like, dang, like, you know, how locked in, how focused I am right now, like how locked in I'm into things. I feel like I can't take the time off, but I feel like if I did, you know, I possibly could, not have to work here no more at my job, is what I'm saying. So I'm like, damn, like at the job, I'm kind of acting. I don't want to say like, so I'm not up to performance. Oh my God, I'm stuttering too much. At my job, I'm not up to performance. I'm not doing, I feel like what I could have been doing my best, but it was mostly just because I'm burnt out. On the flip side, I get home, I'm too tired to work on what I actually do want to work on when I spent my 8 hours thinking about the whole time, um, which is the beats. And going out of that, the week before this accident happened is the first time I ever uh, I made an exclusive sale, meaning I sold a beat for $200. A lot of people be pump faking, but a dude actually bought um my beat for 200 for I shouldn't have never set the price. But he bought my beat exclusively over $30. Not a lease. He fully bought the beat. Which let me know that shit, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm contemplating on whether or not I should, give up on like making beats. At the same time, I'm like, well, I'm getting better at it every day, so I really shouldn't give up at it. But I need to make money. I'm ready to start living life, you know. So these was questions that was on my mind the week before I got into my accident. Keep in mind, I don't take days off of work, uh, where it's rare that I take days off of work. So I'm just working, going home, making beats, kind of completing them, kind of not. Um, Boom, I get sick. I go to work Friday. Um, I'm doing overtime Saturday and Sunday. Friday, I start getting like the itch in the back of your, at the top of your, you know, mouth, like you getting sick. You know what I mean? I start getting that itch. Saturday it gets worse. Sunday it's like okay, I'm starting to like sneeze and I'm not coughing, but I'm sneezing. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it did just turn from winter to spring, but I'm pretty sure I don't got any allergies, or at least from what I understand, I don't have any allergies. So I'm thinking I'm getting sick. Okay. So I take the measures, man. I try to get into a sauna. So I had bought this my own sauna for my own personal use a couple months back because I couldn't go to the gym because I haven't gotten a car yet. So I couldn't go to the gym as much as I wanted to, but I still wanted to use the sauna because of all the benefits that you have using the sauna. So I bought my own. Um, I put water in it. You feel me? This is about 12 o'clock, March 16th. Bow. I go outside. I get the sauna prepped. I cleaned it, get it prepped. I put water in it, and I start it. Now, for it doesn't get hot immediately. It takes about, I'll say, 10, 15 minutes or so to get hot uh, in order for you to use it. So if you were to just put it on, man, you gotta wait till the water start bubbling. You gotta wait till it start boiling. You gotta, this, that, and the third. So we're not doing that. So I turned it on, went back in the house, chilled out for a second. I went to actually go get some eucalyptus um essential oil so I could pour it in there. That way, because I heard eucalyptus, if you're getting sick, it's one of the things that you should, breathe in. It helps with it. So boom, I go ask my sister. She has some. She did. I went to get the eucalyptus. I come back. So I notice um how the sauna works is it kind of uses like a what would you say like a it's like a steamer, but it's like a crock pot. Basically, it's a steamer that has a seal tight lid that you have to twist. It has three notches. So imagine like three notches, boom, 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 and they line up to another three notches like that. Once you line them up, hold on. So it's three notches on it. It's another three notches on the lid. It's another three notches on the pot. You line them three notches up, and it's a twist. Boom, you line them up. Once they're lined, it kind of sinks in like this, like that, and then you twist it to lock it. You twist it to lock it like that. Best way I can explain it. But this time, one of the notches wasn't aligned. So two are locked in, one is out, one is sticking out. So it's basically like two like this, and then locked in like this, and then two kind of like here, just sticking out like that. So it was looking something. I know this looks crazy, but it wasn't matching up. Period, point blank. It was like if the square and the triangle was in its correct shape, but the sphere got a rhombus or something like that. You know what I mean? And it looked like exactly what you think. If you ever had like a radiator issue for your car, or they didn't put the radiator cap back on properly, that's kind of what it looked like. Like the cap was on, but it was still spewing out water, just like how a radiator, if y'all ever worked on your radiator or had a problem with it, had to put water in it, just to get you down the block so you can get some more radiator flow, whatever the case may be. That's what it looked like. It was like if you just turned off your car, popped your hood up, looked at your radiator cap, and noticed that it's not on properly. That's how it looked. Um, so I noticed that. Okay, so my first thought, man, I gotta turn this off. So, um, that's what I ended up doing. I went down, I pressed the button. So the way the machine was is, say I'm right here. I know you can't. If I were to stand up, ugh. Basically, let's just say this was the machine, right? I'm standing over it. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. I'm standing over it about about right here. So if you were to place this right here, I'm standing over it. Um, for like 2 seconds, I literally just went down, pressed the button. As I'm coming up from pressing the button, bah, water hits me. I'm talking about, I'm talking about like on some Scooby Doo, you feel me, Cartoon Network type shit. The shit didn't even touch my feet. It didn't touch anything, but from right here up, shot straight up into the air. It shot so, um, pause. It blew up so crazy. The water blew up so crazy that literally I was standing, I wasn't standing directly in front of the machine. Obviously, I was standing kind of to the side and I'm standing upright. I'm 6 foot tall. This water passed over 5 feet, blew straight up to my face and went past me. I know because as soon as it happened, and keep in mind, I'm not being cautious about what I was doing. I exactly knew that this could be something that could happen. I was turning um the pot off. The next thing I was gonna go do was go get a towel to put over the lid. I didn't think to myself in my mind, I'm like, oh, you switching the air pressure. So like you switching the air pressure from what's happening in this pot to the air that's outside. So cool air and hot air mixing together very quickly in a tight space. That's what blew it up. And I'm talking about hot air. You feel me? and that's what blew it up. So, boom, water hits my face. Water hits my face. Um, how do I know the water hit my face? First thing, okay, so let me say it like this. Damn, bro, my mind moved too quickly, man. That's why I can't be telling stories, bro. So, boom, I bend down, I turn it off. Um, Next thing you know, like I remember my eyes closing, like my eyes are closing, right? Kind of like if I was blinking, but they shut like tight, really tight. So they're like to this point. At the same time, I feel first thing I feel is my nose and my mouth, and it felt like like a blister, and I felt it. Like I felt it before I saw anything. I felt it before I heard any sound. So I feel my soon as the water hit me, I feel my lip and my nose blistering, and it's like it's blistering. You know what I mean? It's not that bad and as intense yet, but I don't even feel the water on my body, and my nose and my mouth is blistering. Um, so as that's happening, I'm getting the splash. I close my eyes. As my eyes like get to like the littlest like squint, I see the blue top. Keep in mind, I'm 6 foot tall, 6'1". Literally, the the pot is no bigger than an office trash can. You feel me? It's not a big. It's not like overwhelmingly big. It's just it's literally probably like this big, a little bit smaller than this. The lid popped up to about my hip, right? And all of this is happening at once. So boom, water hits my face. I immediately start blistering. Then I start feeling the water. Um, my eyes close in reaction. The lid comes up, and I finally hear a boom. I can't even make it sound like boom. And that was the lid popping up. That was the sound of the lid popping up. So even before I heard the sound, even before I seen the lid, I already started blistering. Automatically knew, um, automatically knew, yeah, I'm not coming into work today. It's over with. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I don't know. I already knew there was gonna be damage. I'm like, I don't know how bad the damage is. Right now, I gotta mediate it. So instantly, once the water hit the floor behind me, I screamed. I screamed a little bit. Um, Instantly ran back inside because I'm outside. I'm in my backyard. Instantly run back inside. And I thought to myself, well, what's the first thing you do when you get a burn? Like, what's the first thing your body does to mediate it? It gets this like little bubble of water or liquid. Soon as you touch water, it makes this little bubble of water. I remember that. So I was like, all right, let me go to the sink. I need to go to the sink. I only feel it right here and in my face. So at this point, I go to the sink. I'm drenching myself with water on my face. Then I start to feel it right here and right here. I'm starting to feel a burn. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I need to go to the shower. I'm doing this. I'm drenched in water. So I'm trying to run, but I'm trying not to bust my ass at the same time from running too fast. Um, so I go from my kitchen to my closest bathroom so I could get in the shower. I hop in the shower. Um, and the water is doing its thing, but it's still burning. It's still burning and it's still intense. So as I'm getting in the shower, I'm throwing water, on myself, and I'm starting to notice that it's starting to burn here too, and it's starting to burn. So I'm like, okay, yeah, at this point, yeah, I need to go to the hospital. So I grabbed my mom, she took me to the hospital. We went right down the street, like 3 minutes away. And I don't, this is why I don't like hospitals, bro. Like, cause this is like y'all like I ain't gonna say I don't like hospitals, but sometimes how y'all operate, this don't make sense. It's 12 o'clock on a Monday morning or well afternoon, I guess. It was like 11, 10 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, morning. I don't know. Damn, I'm pump faking. 10 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. 10 o'clock. Okay, this is not like the if you in Atlanta, this ain't Grady or Emory. This is like a urgent care, but it is an emergency. It's an emergency urgent care. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm like, man, let's go. Like, we need to go somewhere. I'm not thinking in my mind that I need a burn center. I'm like, man, I just need to go to a hospital. So we get there. Tell me when we get there. It's a big lobby, big lobby. But lobby as big as my whole second floor. Ain't nobody in it. It's just me, my mom, and the secretary, the front office person. I'm like, hey, I need to see a doctor. Okay, you got insurance? Yes. Okay. All right. Can you fill out this information? Pack about this thick. This is an emergency. I get it. I know you need to get this information. Put me in the room. I'll fill this out. Put me in the room first. Do something. You got me. Y'all got me sitting out here. Ain't nobody even in here. And y'all gonna call me up like it's a doctor's appointment. And it's supposed to be an emergency center. But anyway, and on a side note, I'm about to take this off, man. Because yeah, just tired of wearing this mask. So boom, I'm waiting for a doctor. I filled out all this information. Keep in mind, who fills out information when they're in dire necessity of medical help too? I feel like you can sue people for that, if I'm not mistaken. Like, but hey, um, boom, fill out all this information, give her back the clipboard with 17 papers on it. She tells me, okay, the doctor will see you in a minute. You can just have a seat. Like, you see my face peeling. You literally see my face peeling. I need to see a doctor. You wasting time. This is not something. So boom, even when that happened, a nurse finally calls me. He takes my vitals, says the doctor gonna see me in a second. It's about 30 minutes after I walked out of there before I seen the doctor. Keep in mind, when it comes to we'll get into that in a second, but burns is a time limit thing, obviously. So, um, so yeah, finally, I finally see the doctor after they took my vitals, and I don't know what these people were doing. I don't know. It's one person. It's just one me. You got a secretary. You got a nurse here. You got a dude who can drive an ambulance, and you got a doctor here. And this was a 30-minute service, bruh. It's a Popeyes right down. It's for Popeyes right next to y'all. I might as well should have got some food, ate it before y'all even gave me service, bruh. Before y'all could even help me out. So when I finally get to see the doctor goes, he tells me, when I finally get to see the doctor, he tells me, oh, well, you kind of have to go to a burn center, but we can drive you there. We have an ambulance. Keep in mind, an ambulance is like another $5,000, and this is already an emergency room. Do I really want an ambulance to go to another hospital because y'all couldn't help me out? So he's like, the only thing I can really do for you is I can give you a tetanus shot because it doesn't seem like you had one in a minute. That way, if you touch any metal, you won't die from poisoning. You can get a tetanus shot, and then I can also give you some pain medication. And I was like, cool. And he was like, all right, team. He's like, let me go print this up. He goes, prints up all the paperwork and stuff like that. Nurse comes. Nurse is trying to give me the terms and agreements. Like my skin isn't burning. Like I'm really hearing what you're saying. Bro, it sounded like when people get when a gunshot goes off in a movie or something like that, and you just get the piercing sound for a second. So as he's talking to me, saying, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be that, this is gonna be this many milligrams of this. I'm gonna need you to sign this saying that we gave you this, and it's just a for our." I'm like, man, can you, man, just give me, come on, bro, come on, let's do it, let's do it, cause you wasting time. You just heard him say that I need to go as soon as possible. Now you sitting here, you know, trying to go over my taxes with me or whatever you trying to say, bro. I don't care. Give me the shot. Give me the medicine, bro. Boom. So we have to drive 25 minutes at this point. Closest hospital that they told me to go to, UMC. Have to drive 25 minutes to get to UMC. As soon as I get into UMC though, um, you could clearly tell at this point my skin is peeling. Like at this point where my lip is right here and a little bit like where on the inside of my nose, that's where it started at. But at this point it's starting to like slowly, especially here, it's starting to slowly go up and it's looking like a sunburn. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so the so as soon as I get to the emergency room, first question they ask, "Hey, how long ago did this happen?" Oh, 10, 12 o'clock. Boom. Okay. Fill out this information. Give me this information. You're gonna be one of the first people to go up. I'm like, cool. That's fantastic. That's A1 service. Cause this hurts. You feel me? Um, which is why also if you and they have people in there and UMC has people in there, like 10, 15 people in the lobby wait. So they call me up. I'm like the third person that they called up. I finally go to the back. I'm in the trauma center now. It's a lady in agony to my right. It's another lady in the police in front of me. Boom, another person. The trauma center is crazy. I think that was my first time. I've been in the emergency room, but that was my first time in being in UMC's emergency room. And UMC in Las Vegas is hands down got to be top two. I can't say if they won because I don't know medical statistics like that, but top two busiest um hospitals in Vegas for sure. Um, so I'm waiting on the burn specialist to come look at the burns. At this point, medicine kicked in. Um, and I'm not really feeling it. I'm not feeling it because the medicine was so strong that they gave me at the first ER. I'm not really feeling it. So I'm kind of chill, but I am also still hurting. It's still hurting. How I describe this pain to you, especially right here on my chest, because this is what got it worse. My face got it as bad, but I feel like the chest got it worse because I feel like the skin on your face is more resilient because it comes in contact with a lot more stuff than the stuff than what your chest would come in contact with. So, um, if you ever would any type of stinging, not like a bee sting, but when you get slapped, um, and it leaves a red mark, that's the type of pain I was dealing with. But imagine it being like about 2 or 3 layers under your skin, and it's like you getting constantly, slapped to the point where it's a constant stinging, and it doesn't stop. It's like a rotating, like constantly stinging, like constantly pulsating. That stinging, that stinging, pulsating feeling on 1,000. It was intense. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Very intense. You know what I mean? Not the worst pain I ever felt in my life, though. I would say that. Definitely not the worst pain I ever felt in my life. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting on the doctor. Found out a cool fact. I talked to one of the other doctors that was in there. I don't know if she was a doctor or a nurse, but she had a twin and they both worked in the same ER. I thought that was dope. But boom, finally, I finally get to see the doctor. So at first they were saying, oh, I meant to say this too. I meant to say this too. Damn, I'm so bad at telling stories. At the first ER, doctor, he takes a look at me and he says, you need to go to the hospital right now. I think you got third degree burns. He was like, they're definitely not first degree. They're definitely second degree, and they possibly could be third degree. He's like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist when it comes to burns, so I can't really tell you. But he was like, you need to go to the hospital burn center immediately. So when I got to the burn center and I checked on the second doctor, he tells me, you have uh, second degree burns to 6% of your body. The nurses thought it was about less than 1%. No, they said it was second degree burns to 6% of your body. And then he goes and says, we're gonna have to keep you here overnight. Because he was like, I don't think you know anybody that can treat your wounds at home. And he was like, we have to see how bad this gets overnight. And I'm like, what? He was like, so we're gonna move you upstairs. We're gonna clean your wounds. We're gonna get you into, the to the dressings and stuff like that. And we're gonna get you settled. So then after that, about 15, 20 minutes later, they finally had somebody come get me, take me up to the burn center. And at this point, my skin is peeling, but it's not peeled off. So they went to have to clean my wounds so they don't get infected. So they peeled off all the skin. I'm talking about from here to here. Y'all see that? I know I look kind of light skinned, but so from here to here and a good portion of my face they took off the first day. Um, and the nurse that's doing it, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, good thing, because the two things that I was worried about at this point, my nerves, my nerves, and them being burnt off. Because if it got deep enough, you won't be able to feel your nerves. And getting a skin graft, I didn't want to get no skin graft. Like that was the real reason why I feel like I jumped in the shower because I feel like maybe this could stop something like that happening. Um, so the nurse tells me, he was like, your wounds are pretty superficial. They're not that deep, which is a good thing. He was like, the fact that your skin is still, well, the part of your skin that's not burnt is still pink is a good sign as well. That means that you didn't hit any nerves, or it's a good sign that you might have not hit any nerves. So then he starts poking around, right here. He's poking around. He's like, "Do you feel that? Do you feel that?" And he's like, "Does it hurt?" He's like, "It does." I'm like, "Yeah, it does." He was like, "Good." He was like, "That means that you still have your nerves." He was like, "That's a good sign that if it hurts." He's like, "Wounds." I mean, he was like, "Burns. When you get burned, you usually think that you just get burnt and that's it. Like whenever it stops is when the burning stops. He told me the skin burns for 3 days. From whenever you get in contact with, it can burn for up to 3 days. So, seeing I got hit with boiling water, the initial like hit is just the start of it. And this is supposed to keep happening for 3 days. He's saying that it could like, I'm like, bro, what? You telling me that this could get worse over the next 3 days? But at this point, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, this could get worse over the next 3 days. But at the same time, they did a check. They did an eye check. They did an eye test. For some reason, they said I have above 20/20 vision, which I don't. I think I just studied the eye test, like so many times. So they gave me an eye test. I passed it. Boom. They said you have no damage to your eyes. They was like, you have no damage to your senses. And as far as we know from right now, on day one, March 16th, 2026, you don't have any nerve damage. And we're not going to be doing no skin grafts. So, as soon as that happened, I thought back to the week before. And when I was asking myself, I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, please, first of all, Lord, give me a sign, please. Like, am I just wasting my time with the music thing? Am I just going, living life, you know, oblivious, to what I'm supposed to be doing? You know what I mean? Because because like I said, I just made some money doing this on a random occasion, just made some money doing this on a random occasion. And I know I could do it and I'm getting better at it every day. Um, but like, just let me know though, like, am I wasting time? Because I know this isn't a forever thing. And I also asked, I was like, yo, if I could just get a couple weeks to where it wouldn't affect me, my money, it wouldn't affect my health. I mean, it wouldn't affect my health. It doesn't affect anything that's happening in my life. If I could get them weeks to do what I want to do what I love, like I would take it no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what. Like, because everything in life you're gonna have to take a risk. It's gonna be a risk reward with everything in life. So I literally was just asking a week before for some type of sign or something to let me know to keep going. And not only did I get the sign, right? I feel as though I got the time. Like that literally was the sign right there. Like, and like I said, I've been preparing for a moment like this for, I would say, at least since like last September. I haven't been going out like that. I've been cutting back on a lot of different things, even when it comes to eating out and consuming stuff. Just haven't been doing it. You know what I mean? Because I just knew something's coming up. Like, something is coming up and I need to prepare for it. I didn't know if it was going to be a good thing or a bad thing. I just needed to prepare for it. Um, so when the nurse told me that, I'm not getting no skin graft, your skin gonna come back normal, um, you gonna have all your senses and you still got your eyes, I knew to myself that this is for real, like a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And blessings come in weird ways. They're not always positive. They're not always going to seem positive to you. Sometimes you don't need to ask why. I didn't need to ask why for this one. I seen it coming. I seen it. You feel me? I seen it coming. So I was never like, um hold on. So like when I was in the hospital and stuff like that, and I'm like thinking to my like, bro, you just got bad luck. I'm like, nah, this not bad luck. And I used to tell my coworkers that too. When I go back to work, I used to tell them like, bro, I don't know if y'all remember me telling you this, but I'm like, man, I got bad luck. And it's not like every day, but I'm like, when things go bad, they go bad. And this is what I kind of meant. But I'm starting to realize all those times I'm talking about, maybe those were signs that I just need to stay focused and lock in. You know what I mean? And not give up. Because I feel like that's what this was telling me. Like, it was telling me that, like, stay focused, lock in, and just do your thing. Because I would say with all the other times, I feel like I was just living life, you know, living free. Something happened, something tragic happened, and then now I'm like, damn, yeah, I'm reflecting on my actions before. Like this time, I literally was just trying to not get sick. You know what I mean? But I also do realize I also asked for something that a lot of people can't get, which is time off from work and still getting paid. which is doing something that you love. That's not something that like everybody um gets on a regular occurrence or on a normal day. So I knew once that week and a half was up, boom, I'm locking back in. I'm getting right into the music and I'm not stopping for nothing. I knew this time I'm like, this is the thing that I needed to let me know that I'm doing exactly what I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like for me not to get my senses taken, like I have a scar. This is a scar. This is a totally different, you can't see it that well, but right there, that's this right here came from a totally different accident. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, but getting out of it, that's why I had the mask on for 2 weeks because of the lips, you know. Um, yeah. Boiling hot water on my face, it stung. I think the worst pain that I had coming out of this experience is just how the skin like regenerates itself and how it works. To put it into perspective, from what my understanding is like, if imagine your muscle just being well muscle, boom. Okay. Now imagine you just wrapping like a sheet of saran wrap around this part right here, and you stretching it out to the point where it almost rips, but it doesn't, and you putting one layer on, then you take another saran wrap, put a second layer, put a third layer, put fourth layer. So it's like really stretched out pieces of plastic wrap that you putting on your skin. That's how thin the layers of skin is. But not only that, you have to work out your skin, because if not, you will end up with it will look like a skin graft and you'll end up with like really shrunken, small, tight skin. Kind of like the skin kind of looks similar to the skin when people get that used to be big get skinny, that type of skin. But the pain that you get, like imagine right here, this part is not fully healed yet. So, but imagine me having to constantly crunch up the skin, stretching it out. It felt like I was tearing my skin every single time going like this. Ugh, it was painful. Even right here, like me doing this right here is painful. I still got a little bit. It's not healed all the way here too. It's not extremely painful, but it definitely gets the senses. I would say that, and then when the first couple of days, my nerves was exposed. So any type of movement I did, it don't matter what. Any type of movement that I did was painful. Like literally my nerves were exposed to the world. So you could that shit's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? Um and the pain medication, the hospital is a hustle. Let's get into that. Hospital is a real hustle. I'm gonna tell you why. They give you that band, everybody sees the hospital wristband. Man, that's your checkout counter right there, bro. That's your checkout counter. Anytime they scan you with that, just know that's on the bill, brother. That's what they're getting you. They're logging you in. They are making notes when they scan you, but they're also charging the bill when they do that. Keep that in mind. You know what I mean? So the first now what they gave me, I would say this. They gave me two 20 milligram oxys at the first hospital I went to. The first one, the one that said, "Hey, we can only give you a shot in pain medicine." Man, that helped. Man, them two 20 milligrams helped. But once I got settled in at UMC, they only gave me I think it was only 5 and 10. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really reluctant on taking anything um that has to do with a poppy seed. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Mm-mm. I don't like taking pills in general. You know what I mean? Unless it's like vitamins. But other than that, I don't like anything pressed. You know what I mean? So I was reluctant to taking it the first couple of days. By the time I got to the third day, I'm like, I need to take it because the pain is just too much. So I started taking it, but I also had the homie, shout out to the homie Lenny. He had got me a pen. He got me a little a Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Got me right. You know, the only thing that sucked about it though is that this particular pen, I don't know why they make these pens like that. They made it out of glass, but it got me through the first week. Um, or I'll say like the first 4 or 5 days, because I was, man, you was smacking that pen, bro. You had to. And I would say this, even with the oxys, pain medicine compared to weed, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. By like the third day, I was able to get my hands on some edibles, and I picked some real strong indica, and I was able to get it delivered to me. And shout out to all the people that came to see me in the hospital too. But I was able to get it delivered to me by my girl Peaches. Hmm. So she gives me the edibles. These are 100 milligrams, very strong. Man, when I tell you you take them, I took like 3 or 4, didn't feel nothing, nothing, nothing. And I'm like, oh, so that's when I knew that this hospital stuff is a hustle. It is. Like some of the stuff they have in there is a hustle. That's why they don't want to, man. They're a business. They're operating. Cause if y'all able to give me these really strong addictive type of strong medication that gets people addicted to them, but y'all ain't trying to give me no weed. You feel me? And the what y'all giving me is not even fulfilling my pain tolerance at all. But give me 200 milligram edibles, and we gonna see how this run. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Oh man. But anyway, maybe I might do this and it won't be on stream because this was a terrible, terrible story time. Terrible. I might, dang, and but I got to do it like this. Dang. So coming out of that experience, I know that I need to push forward. I need to keep doing what I need to do. I just need to go harder at it. Not really worry about, being ashamed because I don't really post online at all. I don't really get online to talk. This probably the first time y'all ever probably heard me talk ever, some of y'all. So, um, all of that's about to change. I know I'm coming into a new time period in my life. This was the confirmation of it. So, some things got to go, including the hair. The hair is gonna be gone, which is the reason why I was rushing this video, even though I rambled through most of it. And I might have to go back and redo it, or I might just do a voiceover version of it. But it's about that time. It's about that time for a lot of things to start changing in my life, and I'm ready for them, honestly. And I'm honestly ready for them. Um, but I am okay. I want y'all to know that it's not something y'all should be really worried about. Um, Pain isn't forever, you know what I mean? Especially something like this. This is definitely gonna be third in terms of pain. Pain tolerance wise, this is gonna be third. Now I could have died. I ain't gonna lie. They said I had hypertension. So, but I was smacked at the time. I was on the, you know what I'm saying? I took a couple of gummies. So I'm not feeling the pain, but my body is definitely saying like, "Yo, you in a lot of pain." But in terms of, I would say this is second, maybe even third in terms of actual agony that I've been through my life. Knee surgery is always going to be first. Reason being is you got to walk. To get out of your bed, you have to lift up your leg. To lift up your leg, you got to use your hip and a little bit of your knee. You know what I'm saying? So the knee by far worst pain, sharp pain, agony. This intense. I ain't gonna lie, intense. Not that much of a difference though. But other note, it's about that time. 9 years, the hair is gonna be gone today, y'all. It's gonna be gone. We starting fresh. We start new. I definitely do plan on growing my hair out again, but I've been saying this for like the last 3 years that I was gonna cut my hair. So, just get one last look at it. That's not like my best look, but one last dip around, one last pull, you know, that's where we stopped at. Damn, this shit was long. But it's over with now. We had a real big journey. Um, but it's time, y'all. It's time. I feel like this this part of my hair, I feel like this signified a whole time period of my life. A time period that I'm not at no more. So it's time to go. But yeah, that was my little story time. I kind of have to, wash and puff out my hair before I go get it cut. Low taper fade tray coming soon. I'm out.